Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy, channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis, updated commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it. If you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all of these topics and subjects looking for potential investment opportunities. I share those opportunities with everyone in the community. I am a long-term investor. I don't trade the short term, although I can trade short term. I decide not to make more money and pay less taxes. So I've adopted strategies that work on the longer term, bigger picture view, bigger gains, and all that stuff. If that's something that you're interested in, definitely check it out. We've got a special going on. Special is the coupon code if you'd like to join. Special is what you type in. 50% off the first month only, and a larger discount on the yearly membership if you'd like to swap from a monthly to a yearly or go directly into a yearly membership. We do have a Sunday question and answer session coming up, 5 p.m. Mountain Time this weekend. All right, let's dive in, see what's going on today. DXY, I'm still bullish, guys. I think this is going to go higher. Why? Falling wedge. Falling wedge, double bottom. A lot of the times you get a low here. It comes back to this low. You see small red candlesticks, up, up, up. That's as quick as I can do it. I don't even need to draw anything on this chart. I could tell you that without drawing a single thing. Once you see these things, millions of charts probably of what I've seen. Maybe it's hundreds of thousands. I don't know. You can kind of look at it without even drawing things on it. And you know where the support, the resistance levels are based off volume and trading. And you can kind of just throw eyes at it and say, yep, this is going to go higher, most likely. Now, could the plunge protection team get in here and meddle with things? Maybe. They might. But then you're just working with a market that is, people are in there trying to meddle with it. They could also make the move even more dramatic when it does break, or if it does break. 2-year yields down 2%, but again, we're sitting on top of patterns. I'm surprised that yields are down right now with oil up 4.5%. This screams plunge protection team to me. It really does. We've got a shoulder head shoulder bottom. This is going to most likely break to the upside. I know Powell and Besant probably don't want this breaking higher. They were probably in there buying bonds in mass for all I know. But usually when oil goes up, the yields go up together with it. Not today. 10-year yield down 1.34, but again, we're sitting on top of patterns. There's a reason that all of this made all the effort to get up here to just roll back over, unless there is some outside money coming in and buying bonds. I don't know why anybody would buy bonds here, but some people say, "Oh, that's a contrarian play to buy bonds." Not me. That's like selling your stocks in 1982 or 3. That's the best time to accumulate. This is the worst time to accumulate bonds on the longer term time frame. We have broken out of the 40-year downtrend. So bigger, longer term, it's up. Short term, yeah, maybe it could get influenced a little bit lower, but this still looks good to go higher in my opinion. 30-year yield, falling wedge, not much selling pressure. This right there is a bullish formation to go higher. So what I see is up, 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 up this entire way. Big buying pressure, small downward facing candles, big buying pressure, flag pattern, up, up, up is what I'll say. Bond prices are up 0.3% as yields were down today. But in here, I think they're just trying to slow the move, trying to control it, slow down that yield from going up and causing panic. They are panicking behind doors. That is my guess. Precious metals is going to steamroll them as people run to safety and away from bonds. If yields were to accelerate dramatically, you're going to see people run away from the stock market potentially. It depends how much the dollar declines. If you get a massive dollar decline, and then you could still have stocks go up just based off the dollar declining. But the Federal Reserve, governments, they're going to get desperate here, guys. They're gonna get desperate. They're going to try to raise money, try to raise tax revenues, tariffs, whatever. whatever else, they're going to get desperate. 2 and 10, a little bit of yield curve uninversion. I know there's some fear out there potentially of maybe war going on in the Middle East. We're seeing oil prices start to move. Maybe that's the combination that's going on. Maybe they're trying to scare people into their bond market. But usually, when things go off the rail, they generally do something, an event, war. They blame it on something. That's kind of what they do. TYX TNX ratio moving on up. That's generally a tailwind behind gold. We were coming on down with the yield curve inverting, but this past day, today, we have seen a reversal of that. We'll see if that can work its way on up and get the yield curve to get what they want. They want money to flow into the bond market. That's essentially what they want. We'll see if they can get that. Gold's up $26 an ounce. Still looks good. We're in a consolidation sideways here. We very well could punch out of this thing, depending on the market conditions, depending on what yields do in the yield curve. We've got silver down 0.8, but again, this looks fantastic longer term, and that's the way that I view it. I think we're going way higher. Like this thing's going to go ludicrous speed at some point. I can't tell you the exact moment when it's going to do it, but it's gonna fly at some point. I'm not saying we're going straight here. What I think will occur is that we do something like this, and then we go, or we do something like that, or this. We don't know what that looks like before it hits up again. And I'm just drawing that in there. The time frames are not correct, but that's what I think will happen. And we're gonna jet, dude. We are going to jet at some point. It'll be like a huge break, a consolidation, much like uranium's doing right now when you break out of the big base, and then we're going to run for a long time. It could be fast, it could be slow. I don't know the exact thing, but this pattern suggests a very big move. Platinum, that's up $32 an ounce today. It's moving higher. We got a little bit of a reversal candlestick. We could see maybe a little bit of consolidation. During these big moves, though, it may not be deep. It may only consolidate a little bit for a couple days, and we could be off again. I'm not trying to time this short-term stuff, these little consolidations like this. Just know that it could come, but overall, guys, I think we're going way higher. This thing's got extra juice in it. Now, some people are, speculating that this is going to run maybe to, $4, $5, $6, $7,000. There's the possibility this runs a lot more too, like a lot more. So this is a great looking pattern here. We've broken out, and yeah, we've got a little bit of resistance coming up. If we look above us for resistance, you've got some resistance here that we're underneath. So we could slow down a little bit as we go through that. Palladium sideways today, and again, I think we're bottoming. I think we're going to go up with time, not immediate. Like when I say up, people like look at the next day or the next 2 days. That's not what I mean. What I mean is this here is equivalent to this here. So that's what I mean. So whatever comes, we could do this stuff out in front of us. It's going into a bull market. What we just went through is that section there. Those are equivalent. So that's what I mean by that. XAU to gold ratio down slightly. Again, very cheap. Big, long runway ahead of us for gold and silver mining companies to potentially outperform gold. GDX is up 1% today. There we are. And again, I think this is just a small consolidation. We could fill this gap. That's it. GDXJ is doing something very similar. It's consolidating and will eventually get buyers to come in here and rip it again. And SILJ, we're down a little bit. Again, we could fill the gap. It's a possibility. A lot of people look at it and say, oh, it's going to fill the gap. That does not mean it has to fill the gap. There's all sorts of gaps that are unfilled. I think 20, 30%, something like that, gaps remain open forever. And maybe it gets filled in 2030. Who knows? But that's what I'm seeing here. It's just a consolidation, moving sideways. I wouldn't sell anything. Just be holding on for the big long term. Crude oil is up pretty big, 4.45%. Nice big bullish engulfing, breaking through what a lot of people say is resistance at $66. But we're at 67.89 today. We blew through that, cut through it like a hot knife through butter. This is a shoulder ahead and a shoulder bottoming pattern. We broke out. I was buying here and here as much as I possibly could. Stocks were down all through this entire section. Now it's to enjoy the contrarianness and let this thing go. This thing could go up big. A lot of people are very bearish. I don't know why. Potential recession is what they say, but to me, this looks like a 1-2 pullback, and we're ready to rip. We're probably going multi-$100. Maybe they potentially go to war in the Middle East. Maybe it's over resources. I'm not sure. Maybe the debt problem, they need an excuse. I don't know the narrative around it. All I know is this is setting up pretty nice. TTF gas was up 3.64% today. I'm still in the bull camp, falling wedge. Sometimes it takes time to have it work its way on up. Looks good. Natural gas in America down 0.5% underneath resistance. We just haven't broken through resistance yet. Patience. Patience, patience, patience. We're right underneath it. I see it as an inevitability. We have to go higher to turn on production of nat gas. LNG demand over the next 5 years going through the roof with LNG terminals. AI, artificial intelligence is so much demand that I think coal will benefit from, because we just won't be able to get the natural gas installed for cheaply because the demand will overwhelm the infrastructure and equipment for nat gas out in the future. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, up 1.9%, heading higher. Looking good. Not much selling pressure through here. We'll see if it can continue and get back within perhaps a pattern. The pattern's playing out pretty nice. So this fractal pattern here that I have overlaid of what I think is coming is the reverse of this fractal pattern that I grabbed over here. So I flipped it, put it overlaid. This here is wave 1. Wave 2, this is where everybody gets a false breakdown. They start to go short, everybody gets bearish, and then it squeezes the living crap out of them. So we get the big move. So a lot of people are going to get squeezed. A lot of technical analysis people that went long gold, short oil, good luck with them. They're all about to get squeezed. OIH also heading higher, 1.26% today, looking good, working its way on up. We've got Newcastle Coal Futures up 0.8%. That also looks good. I am very much a bull down here. This is a base, breakout, retest, and I like retests. That's all I'll say. Good time to join the community because there are opportunities to play this in coal. We've got Sprott Physical Uranium Trust up about 2%. We're underneath resistance. There's your resistance line. This here is a breakout. So here's your base, the breakout, retest. This is where I buy. And then let's go moon. Let's go to the moon. Somebody call on Elon Musk. We've got a moon calling here for uranium. Everybody aboard? Let's go. Uranium futures pricing down a little bit. Am I worried? No, I'm not. Let it go. Maybe it consolidates a little bit. It's okay. Let it be. It's not a lot of selling pressure. URA getting some good buying pressure. Looks like it's about to moon. Look at this. We're clearing through some resistance. Gone through that. Now, big moves. Big moves are most likely ahead of us for URA. URNM is going to follow. We're a little bit further behind it. Might have a little bit different makeup in the ETF than URA. And then URNJ is a little bit further behind that. The juniors are probably going to lag, but they're going to do one hell of a catch-up move. You can draw some real simple trend lines through here too, where we could maybe break through. You could also tie it along here. We've broken through that one, depending on how you draw it. But we're getting through some resistance on those. Then we have to get through the horizontal resistance lines. Once we clear that and we get above $30-ish, 30-ish a share, I think we'll see a big move. But this is a bottoming pattern, shoulder, head, shoulder, much like the rest of the energy. Nickel down a little bit. We still haven't cleared through the sellers yet. we are squeezing here, but still have some selling pressure that we're trying to get through. Copper's down 2.24%. Maybe it's dealing with the war that's potentially coming. We need to drive people into the bond market. That's what they're thinking. Their thinking is we need to drive them in. We need to slow this economic potential growth and all these people buying copper and all these economic sensitive stuff. And we need to start driving them into fear, drive them into the bond market and gold. And maybe that's what they'll do. I don't know. Maybe they'll try to do at least. COPX down 0.62%. This is already broken out. It looks good for takeoff, and we'll see if copper can follow. Lithium's up 0.64%. We're clearing through resistance. We're at support. What do I do with retests? You know the drill. Higher, higher, higher. What I think is coming. REMX, I think, is going to go higher too with time. We're trying to break through some resistance here, put in a nice double bottom right at the bottom of a falling wedge. If I were to draw that in there, and it looks good to go higher. We're trying to break through, and we were down today. I think I drew this on the monthly or weekly candlesticks is when I drew it. But yeah, we're trying to break through. Could it come back down and do this? It could. Very possible, but it's trying to bottom here. That's why you have a bullish engulfing here, bullish piercing here. Yeah, it's close there. There's a couple other ones. That's why you get the big red or the big greens and the small reds. It's doing all right. And this was the scare. The tariff scare was in here. Iron ore still squeezing up. It's gonna break higher. Patience coming, and then it's gonna have a major boom. Big boom coming. Aluminum up 1%. It's not. It's looking a little better, but still has the bearish flag pattern there. Inverted flag pattern. Baltic Dry Index down slightly, but we've broken to the upside. Still looks good to move higher. Still looking good. Coming up to some resistance though. Strong resistance. Resistance from 1988. Rollerblades, baby. What was that, 80s and 90s when the rollerblades came in? I think it was 90s probably. Yeah. That's looking good though. Emerging markets continues to rocket higher, 0.42%. And I think that will continue. I think it could have a very big move here. Weaker dollar is going to drive this thing to the moon. Moo up 0.56, looking fantastic. Break out of this base into a retest. What do I do on retests? Right, everybody should know that. Up. KRE down 1.36%, right at some resistance. We'll see if we can punch through. We've got XHB also down. Now, war is negative for the housing market. To let you know, there is, a lot of war, increasing interest rates, increasing oil prices. If we send people to war, that would also be not good for buying a bunch of homes. In the 1940s, people came back from things and, yeah, created a housing boom. Russell 2000 down 0.38%. A little bit of selling pressure there. The S&P 500, a little bit of selling pressure there. We'll see if there's any follow through with these. And the NASDAQ, a little bit of selling pressure. Nothing to worry about at the moment, but we'll have to see what the follow through is if there is any. SMCI up 0.7, trying to break out. This looks like a bottom to me for super microcomputer. NVIDIA down a little bit, and we'll see if there's follow through. If there's follow through, yeah, it could be very bearish. Could be. The VIX is also looking a little dicey, so we'll see if there's follow through here. Bitcoin down 1%, but still above support. Still looks okay. Ethereum also trading sideways. Still looks fine to go higher. Still looks good. MicroStrategy down 1%. This is not following Bitcoin though, to some degree. Is this a inverted flag pattern? It could be. It could be. We'll see what happens. The VIX is creeping up a little bit. Nothing too fancy here, just up 1.7. Could be a double bottom. We'll see if it comes and breaks this little downtrend that we've got going on there. We can throw the downtrend in like this if you like. There we go. We'll see if that breaks up or not. But that's what I've got for today, guys. So give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. Special coupon code if you'd like to join. And that's all I've got for today. So we'll see you next time. This is Finding Value.